I got a little gift for you. Now, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Look at that. See that? This is the favorite thing that I have on this earth. And Rocky Marciano gave me that. You know what it was? His cufflink. Huh? And now I'm giving it to you. And it's got to be like an angel on your shoulder, T. And if you ever get hurt and you feel that you're going down, this little angel is going to whisper in your ear. He's going to say, "Get up, you son of a bitch." Because Mickey loves you. Okay?
Thanks, Mick.
All right.
I love you too.
See, go after him, kid. Go ahead. Thanks.
You was each.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ringside Report video email bag show on the Ringside Report web TV channel. Now, here's your host, the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing, Bad Brad Berkowitz.
Hey folks, welcome back to the RSR video email bag show on the Ringside Report web TV channel. Now I know I've been off for a while. I got several questions. I'm playing catch up as I always am, because between the working out twice a day and doing Ringside Report updates and a lot of other things, trying to make time for all of this. And we're going to start doing a lot more shows. I know you've been asking for them. We're going to do them. I know I always say we're going to do them, but I got to find the time to do them. And I've worked out a schedule where I think I'm going to be able to do that. So first, before I go into the questions, let me get the business stuff out of the way. Make sure you hit that button and subscribe, whichever corner it's in. I greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate everybody sharing the shows. And the buzz is on because the subscribers keep growing and growing and growing. I can't ask for more than that. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to be on my show, remember, send your questions in to ringsidereport2014@gmail.com. Again, that's ringsidereport2014@gmail.com. Now, remember, when we hit 1,500 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away this great book, Off the Ropes, the Ron Lyle story, written by the late Candace Toft. Fantastic book. I reviewed it on my show, I think, about 2 months ago now. All right, folks, before I get into the questions, I got a lot of emails saying congratulations on the weight loss. We watched your Facebook Live videos. You look great and all of that stuff. And again, I appreciate all of those. There's too many people to names, go each name. And there was a couple questions in there. I'm going to throw those in, not in the bag, but I'm going to throw them before the bag and answer across the board like this. First of all, again, thank you for the compliments. Yes, I'm up to 2 workouts a day. Okay, I'm putting it in. I do a boxing workout, incorporated riding my mountain bike, so I'm riding about 15 miles a day as well. And I thank each of you for taking the time to, say you look great and encourage me and all that. And as I said to other people, if you're working out and you're a Facebook friend of mine, tag me, keep me up on your progress. I fully support you. I'm 51 years old, and the older we get, the more important it is to stay healthy. I've lost so far 29.4 pounds. See, I don't say 30. I'm not one of them guys. 29.4. When it's 30 or 30 plus, because it'll be 30 plus next month, I weigh in on the 1st of each month. Then I'll say exactly what it is. But it's 29.4 right now. Started April 1st working out. And the most important thing is getting my A1C down, which I have, and my daily blood sugar. And the reason why I'm putting this out, usually I don't talk about this stuff in my personal business, but it inspired so many people on Facebook that said, you know what, you have to do this. You have to put it out there, because if it helps one person, hey, then that's a great thing. The one question across the board, I got a couple, but the one I got across the board is, hey, what are you doing for your diet? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really going to tell you what I'm doing for my diet. I am watching my diet, yes. But I don't like telling people what I'm doing for my diet, because it may not work for you. What works for me may not work for you. So I don't really like giving out my diet. It's not a secret, but I don't want to do that because it may not work for you. Then you come back and say, hey, Bad Brad, that didn't work for me. Well, it may not. It works for me. So I'm never one to push what I eat, which, believe me, I cleaned it up big time, what I ate. Again, I cut out 99% of the sweets. Only pretty much sweet I have is in the morning time. I have a hot chocolate every morning. It's got a little bit of sugar, but everything else is sugar-free and all that. But I don't want to tell you what to do. I want you to figure out what works for you. And what I will encourage you in working out is this. No matter what you do, as long as you do some type of exercise, that's the most important thing. You want to try to do something every day that you can. Now, yes, I'm pushing it and I'm doing 2 workouts a day. I'm not saying that's for you. But any type of calisthenics, walking, riding a bike, push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, whatever you can do. Now, I do a complete boxing workout, okay? Now, I will say that part. I was asked, what exactly you do? Okay, I will say this before we get into the questions for the show. I do a boxing workout. That's what I've done all these years. From when I used to box from 80 to 83, I still do the same workout. But what I've done is I try to run, and I can still run, but it hurt my knees, and I'm not willing to blow my knees out and have pain when I can just ride my mountain bike and get the same effect. And I can ride much further and not have my knees bother me at all. So I cut out the jogging. I was power walking before that, but I got my mountain bike back up and running. I got a little odometer on it that keeps up with the mileage and stuff and how fast I'm going. So I start out with a bike ride, anywhere from 6 to 10 miles starting out. It's going to be more, but right now between 6 and 10 miles, twice a day. Then I come back to the gym, which is downstairs in the basement, and I do my calisthenics. I do push-ups, I do sit-ups, I do crunches on this side, crunches in the middle, crunches on this side, and then I put my hands behind my back, put my legs up like this, crossed over, and then I do, I guess you would call those crunches as well. From there, I do my shadow boxing, then I do my bag rounds, which is speed bag, heavy bag. That's it. That's what I've been doing. And I do that twice a day, okay? Plus watching what I eat, of course, and it has decreased my blood sugar tremendously. I mean, my blood sugar is fantastic because the range is 70 to 130. I'm well within a range. Most of the time, I'm in the 80s or the 90s, which is fantastic. My doctor loves it. I took my A1C from a 7.4 down to a 6.5 June 1st, and I'm hoping to get it down to the 5s, and I could decrease medicines that I'm on and all that. So it's a great thing. So that's what the questions were across the board. I really don't want to, like I said, give out dietitics because it may not work for you. All right, but I encourage each and every one of you, and I thank each and every one of you for giving me the compliments that you do. I appreciate them. And tag me, put your pictures up, put your videos up. I'll support you 100%. Now, without further ado, forget about it. Let's get into your great questions today. Let me move this book over here and make sure it doesn't fall. First up, Bad Brad. Joe Calzaghe, pound for me, is one of the best yet most underrated fighters in boxing history. What's your verdict on the man and his career? What's your opinion on the Ruiz rematch for Joshua? A carefully managed road back with a game change in training and a few other fights, or Ruiz as soon as possible. Cheers. Phil S. from Ashford, Kent, England. Well, let me get some water, pal. I know who you are, Phil. You're always coming on my Facebook Lives. Good stuff. This is all I drink, folks. This is it. When I'm at home, all I drink is Propel, 0 calorie, sugar-free, black cherry. And if I do go out, I get an iced tea. Most of the time, it's just Panera Bread, and I don't eat that much anymore. But Panera Bread, I take my own sweetener, which is Truvia, and I get on sweet tea. All right, so Joe Calzaghe, you want to know what I think of the man in his career. Fantastic fighter. Class act, God rest his father's soul, who died a couple months ago, Enzio. He was perfect for Joe. He loved his kid to death. They worked very well together. I think he's an all-time great. I don't think he's as great as Michael Spinks was and a lot of those light heavyweights in the 80s, but he's there, not right behind them. But I think he's a doggone good fighter. I know he retired undefeated, so he's always got that going for him. Always seen him class act from everything that I've seen. I was a fan of his from the day he beat Jeff Lacey because I thought Jeff Lacey was going to blow him out, and he beat the crap out of Jeff Lacey and basically ended his career. I know Jeff Lacey fought on, but he took whatever Jeff Lacey had out of him completely. It was never the same. So great fighter, Phil. Joe Calzaghe, Hall of Fame fighter, which I know is in International Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm most positive about that. Fantastic fighter, class act, great for the sport of boxing. The Ruiz-Joshua rematch, I've said this several times. You probably heard me say it on my Facebook Live, but I'll say it again. If I was Joshua, I would enforce the rematch clause with Ruiz get your ass right back in the gym. By now, his head should be clear. Yes, he was knocked out, devastating knockout. Can he get past it? We'll see. Some fighters never get past it. Some fighters do. But get back in the gym, bust your ass, make adjustments, do all the things you need to do. Get back in the ring with Ruiz, who I give all the props in the world to, and see what happens. You know, roll the dice. If you lose to him, he can't. You know, he's your kryptonite, like Kenny Norton was Ali. I know Ali beat him twice, but realistically, he beat him only once for me. The third fight, Ali didn't beat Norton at Yankee Stadium '76. Ruiz may be his kryptonite. We don't know. We'll see in the rematch. I'll reserve my pick for the rematch closer to the time that they fight again. But that's what I say. Get back in the gym, get yourself together, and roll the dice, see what happens. Okay? That's the answer to your questions, Phil S. Send them in anytime, pal. Next up, Bad Brad. Dude, you look freaking great. But miss your Facebook Live shows from the track since you started your bike riding. But I understand. Earl Spence Jr., honestly, buddy, how good is he? Dom T from Brooklyn, New York. Well, Dom T, welcome back to the show, pal. Give my best to, you know, the fellas, okay? And thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I'm feeling good. Putting the work in, man. That's all I can say. I'm putting the work in. And anytime you put hard work in, you know you're going to get results. And it's proven. So you want to know about Earl Spence Jr. You know, I was high on Earl Spence Jr. And I still think he's a very good fighter. But I thought he should have taken Mikey Garcia out. And I know he blew him out pretty much with decision, but he was a smaller man, and he didn't get him out of there. And I was kind of not impressed as much as I was with Earl Spence Jr. He's fought some decent fighters, but not great fighters yet. Some of the fighters were long in the tooth. He needs to start fighting the top 5 fighters in his division. And he may need to move up to junior middleweight, because I think welterweight, he might be struggling to make it welterweight. Don't know that for a fact. But he's got to fight better competition. So I'm going to reserve my opinion. I think he's a good fighter. He's skilled. But throwing him up there with the best in the, you know, would be Keith Thurman. I know Keith Thurman got all kinds of problems with, you know, his shoulder and everything. He's getting ready to fight Manny. My shoulder hurts, Pacquiao and all that. But I think he may have to move up to junior middleweight. Let's see what happens when he starts fighting the upper echelon of the divisions that he's in. And then we'll go from there. All right, folks. On that note, we're going to take a short commercial break.
James Killers, the Fighting Cowboy. You watching the RSR video email bag show with Bad Brad Berkeley. It's a knockout.
Hi, this is Ray Boom Boom Mancini, and you're watching RSR Video Email Bag Show with your host, Bad Brad. Now, at this point, Bad Brad wants me to say, forget about it, but I'm not going to say it because it's stupid. I mean, come on now. Brad, what are you doing? You think you're some half-assed wise guy or what? So I'm not saying it, okay? Forget about it. I'm not saying it.
Hi, this is Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, and you're watching the Ringside Report Video Email Bag Show with my main man, Bad Brad Berkowitz. Forget about it.
Hi, this is Gregory Abbott. You're watching the RSR Video Email Bag Show, hosted by Bad Brad. Bringing you the latest developments in the world of boxing. Peace.
This is Jesse Left Hook Cook, and you're watching the Ringside Report Video Email Bag Show with my good friend Bad Brad Berkowitz. Forget about it.
Hi, this is Sean O'Grady. You're watching the RSR Video Email Bag Show with Bad Brad. Forget about it.
Hello, this is Jackie Lopez, and you are watching the RSR Video Email Bag Show with Bad Brad.
This is Trey Lippy Morrison, and you're watching the RSR Video Email Bag Show with Bad Brad. Forget about it.
Hi, fight fans. This is Steve Double S. Smoger, International Boxing Hall of Fame referee, class of 2015. And you are watching the RSR Video Email Bag Show with Bad Brad. Enjoy.
Hey, Alice Trebek, you think you keep it quiet in a set? I'm ready to interview with Quick Tillis. I don't need, we're not playing Jeopardy.
We're going to be playing more than Jeopardy if you don't hurry up so we can shoot this book ad.
Between you and Santino, I'm telling you, everybody wants to be in the act. All right, folks. I guess we got to shoot a book ad for this book. Boxing Interviews of a Lifetime by the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. I guess that would be me, Bad Brad Burke. Forget about it. Hey, folks, if you want to pick up the book, it's been around for a while. I get a lot of great emails and texts and meet people out that love the book, and I appreciate each and every one of you. It's still available at www.authorhouse.com. Go online, you'll save a few fazuls because you get it there wholesale. If you want it personally autographed, we can do that too for you, folks. All you gotta do is pay postage and handling to St. John, Indiana. Yes, I said St. John, Indiana because Deb and I have relocated, and that's where we live now. Again, www.authorhouse.com to pick up the book, Boxing Interviews of a Lifetime. All right, folks, remember, the best is yet to come. Bad Brad. Hey, folks, this is the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Bad Brad Burke. Forget about it. I want to talk to businesses out there in the United States and overseas. If you're interested in advertising an RSR video email bag show, send me an email to ringsidereport2014@gmail.com. Again, that's ringsidereport2014@gmail.com. If you're on Facebook, shoot me an IM or call the Ringside Report office at 703-517-2155. And remember, folks, the best is yet to come. Forget about it. All right, folks, we're now back. And if you forgot who I am, because I'm a lot smaller, I know. But I am the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Forget about it, Bad Brad Burke. And this is the RSR Video Email Bag Show on the Ringside Report Web TV channel. Now, again, hit that button and subscribe. Subscribe, whichever corner it's in. I greatly appreciate it. Remember, when we hit 1,500 subscribers, we're going to give away Ron Lyle's book, Off the Ropes, the Ron Lyle story written by the late Candace Toth. All right, the remainder of your questions are, Bad Brad, enjoyed your show for years now. Nobody, and I mean nobody, brings it more than you. Well, thank you, Pa. I appreciate that. Please do more shows because we have a boxing group that watches each one and breaks down what you say. And let me tell you, we're almost always in agreement with everything you say. Well, hey, that's great. Even though I tell people you don't have to be in agreement with what I say. Just show respect. And that's the problem with Facebook. People like to disrespect you, and when you shove it up there and you turn it sideways, they don't like that. Then their feelings are hurt. But here's the thing. If you show respect to me, you get respect from me, period. Like I don't let anybody call a fighter a bum, period. Show respect. End of story. Now, he goes on to say, where am I? Okay. 2 things. Can you throw my cousin Bobby or forget about it? I want to know who you're going with between Thurman and Pacman. Thanks so much, Lionel J. from Mobile, Alabama. Well, Lionel J. from Mobile, Alabama. Used to party there back in the 80s. Okay, Bobby, you ready for it? Wait for it, Bobby. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here it comes. Wait for it. Forget about it, Bobby. I'll even throw you another one. Forget about it. All right? There you go, pal. I've said many times, Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, all-time great. Keith Thurman, he's a very good fighter. He bores me, but he's a great fighter. But I think in this fight, he's going to stay on the outside, box, boring fight, win a close but unanimous decision, 116, 112, 115, 113 range. But if Manny cracks him, could be good night Irene for Keith one-time Thurman. But I think Keith outboxed him. Now, I've said, if Keith outboxes Manny, Manny needs to ride off in the sunset and retire. But if he beats him on a decision, and it's a fair decision, you don't give it to him because he's Manny Pacquiao, then, hey, he's got a couple fights left in him. So who am I to say, hey, he needs to ride off in the sunset? And even because I said he'd have to ride off in the sunset doesn't mean he's going to ride off in the sunset, folks. But that's how I feel. He's long in the tooth, but you never know. All right? So Keith Thurman, close but unanimous decision, 116, 112, which is 8-4 in rounds, 115, 113. That's 7-5. That's where I think it's going to go for Keith Thurman. All right, pal, Lionel J. Enjoy Mobile, Alabama. Oh, forget about it. All right, next up, last question of the show goes to Bad Brad. Hands down, you have the best Facebook boxing forum around today, and the way you don't tolerate any BS is a boxing fan's dream. Well, pal, again, I talked about the forum earlier. I don't allow anybody to be called a bum. I don't allow any racial stuff in the forum, and I allow you to have your opinion. Of course you have your opinion, but just show respect. When you start off and you insult somebody and say they don't know shit about boxing, you're getting banned. Because just because you don't agree with somebody's opinion, including mine, doesn't mean I don't know shit about boxing. Doesn't mean the guy you disagree or the woman you disagree with doesn't know about boxing. That doesn't fly in my forum. Because I see in a lot of other forums, we got over 22,200 plus people in my forum, and I'm not going to tolerate any of that crap. But thank you for the comment. I saw you were reading Gerry Cooney's autobiography and wondered, were you enjoying it? Tom R. from Albany, New York. Well, Tom R., you get the last question of the show. Yes, I am reading Gerry Cooney's autobiography, and I'm almost done with it. But I'm not going to tell you all about it other than I am enjoying it. But I will do my review on the RSR Video Email Bag Show coming up probably next week. I should be done this weekend with the book. And then I will be doing a review, and then you can see what my thoughts are on the book. Okay? Now again, folks, I appreciate all your questions. Don't forget to send them in to ringsidereport2014@gmail.com. Hit the button, hit the button, hit the button, and subscribe, 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 subscribe. All right, folks, on that note, that's another RSR Video Email Bag Show in a can. Forget about it. And as Frank Sinatra sang so eloquently, so long ago, the best. Man, I wish I could sing. I would sing this line. The best is yet to come. Bad Brad out.